In the world today, some people think that overpopulation is a major concern. With the current population over 7 billion people worldwide, and the current population growing by more than about a billion every 15 years. Many people are concerned with this population growth, having concerns that the population increase will eventually deplete the resources on Earth and wipe out human existence. Do you think overpopulation is a serious issue in the world today?
I do not think there would be a problem with having 6.5 billion people on the planet if the resources on the planet were more equally distributed and human beings made wiser choices about what we do with the resources.
I do not think it is a problem for people. I just think it's a problem for nature and the earth itself, because people, every so often, it's been a pattern in time that we've had some sort of reset button to where a large part of the population has been kicked off the bucket. So if anything were to happen to us, then the natural world will be greatly affected, because we will no longer be able to maintain all of the stuff and the structures that we've built, and it'll really harm the earth if we're not there to maintain the damage that we've done.
Some believers think that population growth will require more food to be produced. Eventually, this increase in production of food will ruin the land and take away all the minerals. All the mineral reduction will cause famine and decrease in population, even extinction of the human race. Okay, what do you think some of the long-term consequences of the growing population will be?
Famine is the biggie. That's going to be the big thing. We'll run out of food, and that people are dying of starvation. No, I don't think this is happening anytime in the near future. Right. But that seems like the ultimate end game, if at one point in time.
Okay. Overpopulation could cause way more damage to Earth than just denutrition of the land. All the stuff that would be left behind if human existence was wiped out would ruin this Earth for all of time. Do you think the growing population rates will eventually become a problem for the Earth?
I do. I think that the human population, if it gets to a certain size, will cause the natural world to be too dependent on them. Even though we use a lot of its resources, we're building so much stuff that if anything were to happen to us, such as large-scale famine or any other horrible thing to cut down the population, the factories and everything else will shut down, and all of the different animals and the different things would intertwine with the wild.
Yes, it would be a problem because resources are dwindling and we're not paying any attention to it whatsoever. It's all about money.
Okay. In terms of the growing population, there is steps that we could take to limit population growth. For example, China has already implemented a one-child law where each family is only allowed to have one child. There is exceptions to this rule, but it is effective in reducing the population growth in that country. This specific method isn't effective in all countries because of its controversiality and debatable on whether it's legal or against constitutional rights in certain places, but there is definitely other steps that we could take to limit population growth. Do you think that there's either something we can do to either limit population growth or to accommodate for the increased population growth?
Yes, we need to not deregulate rather, it's been deregulated. We need to re-regulate capitalism.
Theoretically, yeah, I suppose there's something you can do. You make people aware of what's going on, understand that there's only a finite amount of food supply that people can do, that we can produce. Doesn't mean people will listen, but I mean, obviously there's steps we can take.
Despite the debate on whether overpopulation is a huge problem in the world today, people need to be aware that eventually we will reach our population limit and run out of resources if we don't find alternatives for natural resources such as coal, oil, and natural gases.